That was a while ago.
This street is one of the most characteristic streets of Perugia, and I can call it random architecture because we are very close to the main square, and they started to build one house on top of the other, then they had to make a arch to keep them separated. Here they connected them. This road is called Via Maestà delle Volte, Road of the Arches.
Yeah.
You can
And
see
this,
why.
this vault here,
This one was made just to keep these two buildings separated.
Down,
Yes, because otherwise they will.
Yeah. Yeah.
But really, there is no plan in the construction of the buildings here. Absolutely no plan. It's interesting. It's Middle Age, the chaos of the Middle Ages. You can see it. In the Renaissance. Here we have something.
You're graduating or something from a
I would say
This is a big deal, huh? Looks like something big is happening.
It's not a wedding, is it? No.
okay, just main square of Perugia, Piazza 4 Novembre, Square 4th of November. 4th of November 1918, the end of World War I. That's why. It's also my birthday, but...
Happy birthday.
No, it's not today, the 4th of November.
We're gonna stay.
Anyway, here there are some of the most important buildings of the city, public buildings. The fountain is the symbol of Perugia. The fountain is the end of the works of the aqueduct. It represents one of the most flourishing periods of the city. It's a masterpiece of medieval sculpture. It was made in the middle of the 1200s by Nicola and Giovanni Pisano, father and son, two of the best sculptures of the Middle Ages. You see a lot in Tuscany from there. The cathedral, this is the left side of the cathedral of Perugia. The cathedral is incomplete outside. They started to cover the cathedral, but then they ran out of money. They didn't have more money to buy the materials to complete the cover. Inside, the cathedral is complete. Inside is much more decorated, much more beautiful. I was telling you about the eternal fight between Perugia and the Vatican. Look at the wall of the cathedral. There is a window with a crucifix. Okay, Christ is outside. During the War of Salt, the war before the construction of the Rocca Paolina, the citizens of Perugia went into the church and they stole the crucifix from the church. They put the crucifix there because they said, we believe, we want to pray, but the church doesn't represent our religion, it just represents a political power. So the people of Perugia were praying here in the square and not in the church, because the church was a symbol of power. But in Perugia people are Christian, but not in that way. Now this feeling is starting to become, lower and lower. They're starting to forget this feeling, but for many centuries really the people were coming on Sunday to pray in front of Christ in the square and not in the church. It's exactly the perfect representation of fight that Perugia had with the Vatican. This one in front of us, one of the most beautiful buildings that are not churches in Italy, is the Palace of Priori is the name. The Priori were the governors of the city in the Middle Ages. They were representatives of the most important economical activities that they formed a government, and they were giving rules to the city of Perugia. It's a Gothic building of the 1300s. At the entrance, two statues, the Griffin. We saw the Griffin, the symbol of Perugia. The other one is a lion. The lion was symbol of the Guelph party, the party that was supporting the church, the Vatican. They are keeping the chains of the palace of the government of Siena. In the 1300s, there was a big war between Perugia and Siena, and when Perugia won the war, they stole the chains of the palace of the government. They put them here in front of the palace to show the victory to the citizens, and they are still there. Perugia was very, very aggressive in the Middle Ages. Perugia was not a friendly place. Many cities had problems with this city because it was powerful, and they wanted to get more and more powerful until the 1400s. Then the situation changed a little bit. Inside this building there is now the government. The government of Perugia has always been here and now is still there. The mayor of Perugia works here. There is the National Gallery, that's the most important museum of Perugia. It's a collection of art from the Middle Ages until the 1800s in chronological order. There is the Collegio del Cambio, that's a room with the frescoes of Pietro Vannucci, Perugino, and the Collegio della Mercanzia, another little museum. This one is the most important political building of the city of Perugia. The museum is in the palace. Now the police are going to a conference in this room. Later, if you have time, I don't know, but no. Okay. Anyway, there is a very beautiful room there. The conference room of Perugia is fantastic, full of paintings and very nice, very beautiful. Okay, I think it's time to go back because they are waiting for us at 11 at the glass workshop. With this sculpture, a part of it represents the months of the year with the activities of the people for every month, January, February, March, and the sign of the zodiac, Pisces, Aquarius, Taurus, I don't remember the exact order. And another part is decorated with the representation of the liberal arts, the subjects of the people who were studying at school, a part of it with the Bible, scenes of the Bible, a part of it with stories of Rome, like this one, Romulus and Remus. You see the wolf and the two babies. They put history, religion, science, daily life of the man all together, different concepts all together in one place. It's unusual at least. Okay, yeah. Let's go back.